Now, from across the tri-states, this is KHQA Sports.
Well, top of the evening, everybody, and welcome to Sports Final, where Raja Maples is sitting Indian style right there as we speak. That's what happens here at KHQA. You never know what you're going to get. Well, this is your kickoff to what should be a very busy and entertaining sports weekend, one that offers up a little bit of everything, including All-Star basketball coming up tomorrow and high school football sneak previews coming up tonight. Stay tuned for that. But we begin with a big one for the Quincy Gems going on the road to 7-1 Terre Haute. I'll tell you what, the Gems at 6-2 coming in, get it done tonight behind a monster effort at the plate from Thomas Richards. The Gems pick up the win. They're now within a half game of the division lead as they win 10-6 on the road over Terre Haute. The news also good for the Hannibal Cavemen, who have gotten off the schneid. Took them 11 tonight, but they win their third game in a row. 3-2 was your final. Jake Mangler, the outstanding second baseman out of Iowa, with your game-winning RBI in the top of the 11th. The Gems and the Cavemen go at it twice tomorrow. A day game at Quincy at 1 o'clock, a night game in Hannibal at 7 o'clock. Hey, you know what? Hop in the car, take the short road trip. You can see them both. Should be an awful lot of fun. High school baseball now. The Keokuk Chiefs tonight playing host to Davis County, a team that was absolutely loaded last year. I'll tell you what, though, Davis County had no answer for Dakota Shaw early in this game with a beautiful strikeout there. However, it would be Davis County getting on the board first in this one. Nice piece of hitting right up the third baseline. Plates a run for Davis County as they took the 1-0 lead, but Shaw would settle in nicely from that point forward, getting out of a jam. Later in the inning, in the fourth inning, actually check that, the fifth inning, Logan Eichert delivers a 2-run triple. The Chiefs take the lead. Wild game, but the Chiefs get the victory. Final count in this one in their favor, 4-2, which sets up a big showdown between Keokuk and Fort Madison, who's uber talented this season. Coming up on Monday, Ross Green will have those highlights for you coming up on Monday. I promised you football. I wouldn't lie to you. Quincy Notre Dame at Mizzou Camp taking on Malden. And look at the great tackle right there by Blaine Wilson, blowing things up in the middle of the field. He's already in midseason form. More to come from the defense right here. Tyler Marquise with a nice tackle as well on the edge, taking away the toss sweep and doing a nice job of it. Dalen Anders going to be a big name in the offensive backfield. Looked good today, showing off the speed right here on the ground. The pickup to the left side and lowering the helmet to finish the run. You'll like to see that. That would set up this. Blake Hilgenbrink going to go straight up the middle here for the short touchdown. And the Raiders dominating against Malden, not only defensively and offensively. Hey, you know what? Jordan Chappell doing all of it today. How about one of the finest defensive backs in our area, showing you exactly why right here with a pickoff in the end zone. Actually, check that at the 1-yard line. Either way, great play by Jordan Chappell. How about some more Q&D, this time against Heritage High School. Barry Wilper right here with the INT, and that would have gone for 6 in a regular game. They don't allow you pick sixes at Mizzou Camp. And then more for Mr. Chappell. Oh, beautiful play fake right here, and there is Jordan Chappell wide open for the touchdown. Quincy Notre Dame looking good in their 2 afternoon sessions today. More coming up on the Raiders as we go throughout the summer, and all of the high school football teams as they get it going. Hey, we've got some news on the soccer front to pass along. Great stuff to tell you about tonight. Congratulations to Holy Trinity seniors Mitch Moeller and Marcus Knight, who were today named first-team All-State selections by the Iowa Soccer Coaches Association, both of them which rarely ever happens. Although both well-deserved, Moeller led the entire Hawkeye state in goals this season with 33 of them for the Crusaders, while Knight, who you see here, finished 5th in the state with 26 goals and also finished 2nd in the state in assists with 22. Outstanding gentlemen. Good stuff from both of them on the season and well-deserved honors for each. Good year for Holy Trinity yet again in soccer. Well, let's talk about this, shall we? She earned honors as her class co-valedictorian, has never missed a day of high school in her 4 years, and finished off her athletic career as an all-conference volleyball selection and top-notch basketball defender. All this as the only senior and the recognized leader of both of those West Hancock programs. Suffice it to say, Madison Harmon, our final SAW honoree of the year, is quite a driven young lady.
Student Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Sailtech, your local area subways, and Peters Heating and Air Conditioning.
Motivation. That's a hard one to trigger what's behind it all, but I'd have to say family's a big motivation factor. Plus, I have a twin brother. So it's like, well, I'm a minute older, so I got to be a minute better. So.
That might seem a tall order when your twin brother happens to be the best basketball player in the entire tri-states. But Madison Harmon has thrived from that standard.
Big motivation factor got some competition, and get on each other's backs and just push each other, which is really great, especially in a big family. It's really close too.
Madison may not have been able to match Paxton's ridiculous scoring average on the court, but the reverse holds true in terms of GPA, where Miss Madison was the top-ranked student in all of Warsaw's senior class. And while her athletic contributions to Titan basketball, volleyball, and softball were a bit more esoteric, her leadership and character within those programs was no less important.
Yeah, it was difficult at times because you had to be the one that stepped up and had to say, this is how it's going to be, and take control. And there are certain times when Coach Brumbaugh or Coach Creasy would come up to me and ask, can you fulfill this role, and can you pep them up before a game, like, this isn't working, I don't know what to do. You have to communicate with girls, and there's different ways to communicate with each member of the team, so it was difficult at points, but we got through it.
Those roles that you were asked to play weren't always glamorous, but you seem to really thrive at that part of it. Is that just a part of your makeup, Madison?
Yeah, it's a lot of behind-the-scene work. You don't actually see it on the floor because practices nobody gets to see. There's a lot going on there, and you're the one that always has to be the one that steps up and says, let's get to work, and it motivates people. And I think that's where it starts, motivating myself and others.
And that natural-born leader quality should serve Madison exceptionally well in the immediate future, as she plots a career of service.
Well, I just came from MEPS, so I had a 4-hour drive, and I just got here. My mom's like, you need to get here, and I was like, okay. And I just signed. I'm going as a dental specialist, and I'll be shipping out September 16th.
Wow, that's phenomenal. Why that decision?
I have an older brother that's also in the National Guard and a sister that went the Army route, and I decided if I don't know what I want to do, this is the best shot I have. I need to take control, go now when I can, and just excel.
Outstanding young woman from a fantastic family. I tell you what, speaking of fantastic families, how about the Guthries fighting well today in Memphis? Luke has alligator blood because he just kept hanging around today. Ended up firing a 3-under par 67. He's 7 strokes back in the pace, but currently in 13th place. So nice weekend set up for Luke to make some